And here we go, boys. We got ourselves a game tonight. It is Saturday night. The Sugar Bowl is here in full effect. Number 8, Georgia versus number 5, Michigan. It's your boy Zeke Pruitt in the building, guys. How you feeling out there, RFL College Series community? What's going on? We are in for a treat. Two of the best teams all season long going at it. Both of them coming in with a chip on their shoulder. Both took an L in their conference title game, so they're looking for some get back here. Let's get those ones in the chat. Let's get this thing started off right. Hashtag Sugar Bowl, hashtag Georgia, Michigan, whatever it is. Make sure you throw a league first in there for your boy as we get right into this game. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clearly. We got Michigan and Georgia. Again, both trying to bounce back after a tough loss last week in their conference title games. As Georgia took that tough L to Bama, 43-6. So Adam Hatzike, just a really tough night last week. 10 for 28, 145 yards and 2 interceptions. So this kid really struggled to get things going. But let's see what he has in store for us in this bowl game this week. Starting on the, oh my goodness, and the pressure going to get to him right away as Travis Okoye, user submitted defensive end, coming in making a rare sack here. This kid doesn't get much burn, but when he does get out there, he tries to make plays. Pretty small out there on the line, but he definitely got to Adam on that first play to get things started. And the pass now is going to be caught by, I believe it's going to be Trustin Stack, and we have an early injury on the play as McGregor goes out of the game. So they're going to be without McGregor for the remainder of this game, the Wolverines. As we set up here 3rd and 7, and Hatzike trying to keep this drive going. Here he is with another pass, and misses his man there, Stack. I think he had him open on the play. He just didn't get it right where he needed to go. Ball placement wasn't good. They're going to be 3 and out. Going to kick this one away on a 4th and 7, and we're going to get our first look at Michigan for the night as the Wolverines coming off that 20-37 loss against Ohio State. Now back-to-back losses against the same program. I know it's got a sting for them, and it ultimately caused them a chance at the National College Football Playoffs. As you see, stud and Mackey Award candidate quarterback KJ Smith going to be getting his first snaps of the game for number 5 Michigan. Starting this one off on the 31. Going to go with Deuce Young, and he gets a nice block in the backfield, but he still only gains a yard on the play. And KJ Smith, 24 for 39 last week, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So a solid game from KJ, and Deuce just 50 yards last week on just 13 carries. Already now he's up to 2 carries, and he's got 4 yards. So Deuce Young's going to look to be a more focal point of this offense this week. They're going to need him to step it up if they want to play that good old Michigan football as we're accustomed to seeing, and help out some of those receivers. Here's KJ, another quick pass, and it's nicely caught there from Talon Ross, the cover boy himself, number 13, getting it done, earning his way on that cover for a first down. Elijah Carter, he's going to have a tough one tonight. He is going to have a tough cover tonight. 1st and 10 now on the 46 as KJ Smith looks to set up under center, single back with Deuce Young in the backfield, looking to rush it upfield, but Mike Hale there on the takedown. Not going to have anywhere to go as Williams going to make him lose yards on the play. 2nd and 14 coming up here. Under center, here's KJ rolling out to his left, gets outside, and he's taken down at the 46, bringing up a 3rd and 10. And remember, guys, Georgia and Michigan only played each other twice now in the college series, and that was dating back from CS3 and I believe CS4 as well. They get the break up here on the play. Yeah, CS3, Georgia won 32-29, and CS4, I remember this one ever so vividly. Michigan won 41-24 as they do split 1-1 in the all-time for the RFL College Series. So one of these teams will get the upper hand on the other program moving forward into CS7. And who will it be, as both teams forced to punt this one away on their first drive? And Hatsuke coming back out onto the field, trying to get things going for the Bulldogs offense here, finishing the season 9-4, guys. Last year, Georgia finished 10-3. So here's an opportunity for these guys to get one more win and grab 10 on the season for back-to-back seasons here. 2nd and 6 now for Georgia after a 4-yard gain for Zach Tank, another guy who was pretty absent in last week's showdown when these guys struggled. Only 22 yards on 12 attempts. So both running backs accustomed to big-time yardage. Is Howie Jacklin going to get to the backfield on the sack? One of the better middle linebackers in the nation. We've seen him and Brian O'Connor go at it for the last 2 weeks at that position right now. Here it is, though, empty set. Clearing it out, shotgun action for Adam. Here he is looking, surveying the field. Pressure coming his way. Chase Morris trying to find him, but he's going to go up the middle and slide just before the first down, bringing up a 4th and 5 on the 25. And again, Georgia going to have to get rid of this football. The offense just not getting any traction or making any movements downfield. Sort of like last week. We've seen this one before. Setting up the punt now on the 25 just under 10 minutes ago in the first quarter. 0-0 ball game right now. So both teams staying true to the defensive side of the ball. Both teams both have elite defenses. So we're going to see how these guys pan out. As we're going to bring up A.J. Smith and the Wolverines here on their second drive of the night. The second offensive drive of the night on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun is K.J. Smith looking to work. Here he is, going to move a little bit in the pocket, step up into a nice pass to Zeke Moore. It is caught down at the 46, and now the field is going to open up. This is how Michigan gets things going. Both user-submitted DBs having a chat there on the communication is Elijah Carter and Dakota Jones trying to sort things out. Here's Michigan again having their best season of all time, finishing 10-3 in the College Series 6 here. Their best season before that was 8-5, which was actually last season. So I guess you could say Michigan's trending up. They went from 4-8 to 7-6, 7-7, 8-6, 8-5, 10-3, and they could potentially get an 11th win of the season here tonight with this bowl win. As KJ getting it to the outside to Zeke, but he's hit right away at the 31. As he comes into this game well prepared, really solid tight end, sophomore Zeke Moore, 32 yards on the night already on the 31. Here come Michigan, 2nd and 8, just under 7. Nice block. KJ going to get it across to Dylan Williams, and he's taken down at the 25. It's going to be interesting to see what Michigan does as they look to retool next season and, you know, maybe make another shot or another run at the national playoffs. I know the landscape's going to change quite a bit once we get into the new game as Young goes down and a big-time stop from Lassiter. Wow, going to keep him short. And I got to think Michigan, they may stay aggressive here on the 24. Just couldn't get around that block in time, and he's taken down. He is taken down, but there's been a lot of rumblings. I know a lot of these Michigan guys have been talking, not too happy about the last couple of losses and not getting into the college football playoffs. So I'm not sure who's all returning as Young receives a catch here for a 1st down. But it is going to be interesting to see who they can get on board, what young players, young freshmen they can get to come in, or even transfers. As we get a flag down on the play here, looks like Michigan might have going to get called for the false start. Going to go back to the 22, and they're definitely not happy about that as KJ sets up under center here. Here he is, dropping back, looking, got a man. Oh, he's hit hard by Elijah. Elijah Carter, one of the more heavy-hitting DBs in the league, is going to hit Talon with one and make him cough it up. And here's KJ again with time in the pocket. He's going to take it himself. And he's taken down by Lassiter and Jackson. Again, one of the QBs that's known to hold on to that football on the scramble. Getting his team down to the 12, 3rd and 5 here. Approaching that 4-minute mark in the first quarter. Here's the pass to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown TRP. Kyrie Rose-Pierre going to get this one started for the Wolverines as Michigan strikes first. 6-0 Michigan. Nice drive downfield. KJ delivering the pass on the money. A lot of receiver work out here for Michigan. It's going to be a tough night for Georgia. The DBs are going to have to put in work for a second week straight. You know that Bama offense was very elite, putting up 43 points on this Georgia defense. Well, this is one of the more elite offenses as well with TRP, Talon Ross, Zeke Moore, just to name a few out there running routes. But they do miss the field goal, however, so that's going to be a tough one. Keep an eye out for that 1 point left off the board as Elijah Carter, looking to return here, has one return punt for a touchdown on the season, but still looking for that first kickoff return as Hatake comes back out onto the field. Going to start this off on a 19-yard line. In Georgia, 4-2 in bowl game history, so these guys are very well accustomed to this big-time game and these bowl games, and they're used to winning them. CS1, they won the Belk Bowl against Tennessee. CS2, they got the Peach Bowl against Clemson. They actually lost that Belk Bowl against Tennessee. Here's a pass from Adam. Oh! Could have been picked by Ethan Nation, but he was just a split second late as Muda able to get to that one and make the reception. Bringing up a 1st and 10 now. Again, as Adam getting that pressure coming his way, and he's able to get rid of it before the sack. And then CS2 guys with the playoff matchup. They got Clemson in the Peach Bowl. They won the Natty in CS2 after that undefeated season against Alabama. Nice pass again to Muda. Putting in some nice route work here as the young freshman receiver for Georgia, getting him downfield. Setting up on the 44 is Adam. Here he is. Going to be looking, faking the handoff. Got some time to get rid of it. Does outside, and it's nicely caught here from Trustin Stack as he brings this one down on the 40. CS3, they were able to go to the Liberty Bowl, and they did end up losing to Baylor, but then they bounced back CS4 with a win in the Sugar Bowl against West Virginia, and then a Peach Bowl win last season against USC. So Georgia already winners of the Sugar Bowl, looking for their second Sugar Bowl win here. Here's the pitch outside. Got some nice blocking for Zach Tank, and that is the type of blocking that he needs. 17 yards on the night. Already just 5 yards away from his total last week in a tough game against Alabama. Setting up here on the 26. Got a man jumping. Free play for Georgia, and Zach is taken down here on the 26 as this one's going to go against the defense. And we're going to get offsides here on David Sims, second-year player coming over from Notre Dame out of the PFL. He's going to be called on that offsides, just getting a little antsy out there on the line. 1st and 5 on the 21 now for Georgia. Adam, another handoff to Zach, has a block and a lane for a first down. 14-yard line action now, and just under a minute to go here in the first quarter, and Georgia trotting their way down the field here. Setting up on the 14, Adam Hatake in the gun. Going to use his arm on this one. Has time. Blocks on the outside for Muda. Does he get another block? Oh, he's not able to get the second block on Kyrie Sims, but he does pick up the first down, however, as they get down on the 3-yard line, and that'll probably be the last play of the first quarter as we get those twos in the chat. Not a bad first quarter battle here, guys. Big time showing so far. Both teams now able to both get down the field at least once, as Georgia looks to convert here on a touchdown and possibly take the lead with a PAT. Empty set here. Adams going to have to do the job on the 3. Second quarter in full effect. Twos in the chat. Quick pass to Isaiah St. Clair, and it's going to be a touchdown for Zay. Number 5 in the end zone, and Georgia tying this ball game up as Adam is hyped with Trustin Muda and his whole core right there, his receiving core actually. That's going to be a nice picture there for Muda, St. Clair, and with Hatake and Stack. All user submits there. on full display. Georgia field goal is going to be good. 7-6 lead now as they came down with a nice offensive game plan, a nice balance of attack with Zach Tank and a couple of passes to Muda and St. Clair there on that drive. So nice work from Georgia to take the lead, and that's going to already be more points than they scored last week. Remember, only getting 6 points on the board as they step into this drive, and Michigan coming back out undefeated in bowl game history, guys. CS2, they won the Liberty Bowl against Texas. They beat Oregon in the Rose Bowl. They beat Washington in the Rose Bowl. And then last year, they won the Music City Bowl against South Carolina. So now here they are. Probably one of their more tougher opponents in a bowl game here, if you ask me, in this Georgia team. Here they are setting up in the gun. KJ Smith going to look to get rid of it, and he has his man. Oh, but he drops it. Lassiter with a big-time hit. And Michigan's guys got to start holding on to these footballs. Got to start catching the football. KJ Smith putting it on the money. It's rare that he misses his target. Here he is again, trying to keep the drive going. Plenty of time to throw in the pocket. TRP making it happen. Not only did he get the touchdown, but now he's picking up a big-time first to keep this drive going. That would have been ugly if they had to turn it over there on downs or just get rid of it on a 3-and-out. But instead, TRP across the middle. Nice catch. Nice gain. First down. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming through. Apollo Stone, Zach Tank, St. Clair, Michael Blunt. A lot of running backs in here repping. What's going on with you guys? Hand off to Deuce Young, and he's taken down by Carter and Dakota. That's that secondary duo. The tag team user submits there from Georgia. What's going on, Evans? And Isaiah Frost, TRP himself in the building. KJ with a pass to, almost intercepted by Elijah Carter. I told you, Elijah versus Talon Ross is must-see TV. 3rd and 6 again. KJ was solid on 3rd down last time. This time shorter yards to go. Plenty of time in the pocket. Deuce, one man to beat, taken down. Took too long to turn around and make that play. And Michigan's going to have to get rid of this one. 4th and 3 on the 39. KJ not happy about that one as they punt this one back to Georgia after Georgia had some success. Well, plenty success there on that last time out, getting a touchdown to go up 7-0. Here's Elijah. Great punt. Going to get him down on the 18. Not much room to work on that return. As you see, Lyman coming out 764 yards on the season and 6 touchdowns. Shotgun action now for Adam as he looks to go with the fake. The pressure's on, but they have the blocks for Betts, and Betts taking a few hits there. It was not pretty outside for him. 2nd and 8. Just a 2-yard gain on the play. Georgia going to line it up again. Searching for that 10th win of the season for back-to-back 10-win seasons. Nice blocking. Oh, good juke and taken down by David Sims. But Zach Tank trying to leave his mark on this game. A lot of the players are trying to ball out. This is the last game of the season for most people. And we've seen some impressive displays out here. Shout out to Matty King, but can Adam K get one down the field? Oh, and he does! A dime to Isaiah St. Clair. Stepping up tonight. This is a big night, and St. Clair said, I'm here for the show. Adam taking a shot downfield, one of the few quarterbacks that are not shy to let it fly. And Isaiah able to stop on a dime. Look at this kid, Wallace. He overran him. Stopped on a dime and caught it. And he's here in the chat as well. Shotgun action on the 22 now. Hand off to Zach Tank. Nice blocking. Oh my goodness. Touchdown, Georgia. Zach Tank following his blocks. The Bulldogs getting ahead of the play. And it's a touchdown. Beautifully done. Look at Muda. Did he hold up 2 players on that block? Big ups. You got to love when your receivers make the extra plays and they put the body on the line for the blocks. Shout out to Khalil Lyman on that block out there. I do believe he held 2 people on that play. He was able to block out 2 guys. And that was a big-time touchdown right there for Georgia to take this lead, 14-6. big time. You know, Georgia 1-0 in the Sugar Bowl game here, so they feel maybe this bowl is theirs to win. Here's the return and a nice defensive effort to push him back to the 21. As Georgia has it clicking on all cylinders offensively, but Michigan, after another 3-and-out last time, let's see how these guys decide to respond. You got to wonder if the losses to Ohio State completely crushed this program's heart and soul. You know, they haven't looked the same since week 12. You know, so we got to see how they bounce back in tonight's game. First half so far looking a bit iffy, and the pressure in the sack. KJ Smith goes down on the 12. And there's that kid, Madden Jr. again. He's the pest. He's been all over it all season long. Get into those quarterbacks, making the plays. Man, oh man, Michigan having a tough outing so far in this first half against this Georgia Bulldog team, as they look to try to get their 11th win on the season and continue their historic outing in CS6. Here's the handoff to Young, and they're right back there with the quickness. He's taken down on the 12. Again, it's going to be Madden Jr. Somebody's got to get a body on this kid and stop him. Here's KJ again out of the gun, going to be looking, has a little bit of time, but now he has to hurry, jump pass, and it's nothing, incomplete. And this one's going back to the Bulldogs. 4th and 19. Georgia applying the pressure in this ball game, letting Michigan know that their defense is going to have to be dealt with tonight, as they do sit currently on the 3rd best record of all time at 57-24. So looking for a 58th win for the program in the entire RFL College Series. Haven't won a championship since CS2 though, so they've got their work cut out here as we approach CS7 soon. Nice blocking from Stack, and he's going to get it to Muda here for 4 yards. Adam Hatake, just a turnaround game, complete 360, as he's looking impressive tonight versus last week. Here he is in the gun on the 48, handoff to Zach. Nice blocking and a nice juke move. Finally taken down by Hallie Jacqueline. But this kid, Zach Tank, this is the kid that we expected to play last week. This is the running back that we wanted to see on the field last week against that Bama team, but the Bama defense just was able to contain him. Couldn't even run the ball only 13 times. Oh, nice pass to Muda, able to dump it off. Wow, this kid Hatake, he definitely, you know, he took some heat from the locker room for sure after that game, and I'm sure walking on campus in school, it wasn't pretty. I know those classmates and those students weren't pretty, but Zach Tank said, don't worry, because I got you this week. I'm going to take it, and you can get on my back and go for the ride. Zach Tank, what in the world? Did you see him turn on the Jets? He almost got cut, but he had an extra booster in there. You ever see Fast and Furious? He hit the button. Oh, right there, he hit the button. Oh, the nitros. Goodness, Georgia did not come to play tonight. They felt embarrassed last week, as they should. Took the 43-6 loss to Alabama, and they come out tonight 21-6 first half against the Michigan Wolverines. Wow. Zach Tank took last week personal. This kid only had 22 yards. I mean, I don't know if his mom called, his dad, his brother. Somebody made him feel it, though. Somebody made him feel the embarrassment, because, I mean, he's coming out on a tear. He's coming out on a tear. Goodness. Shotgun action now for KJ Smith. Going to go with Deuce Young. Deuce going to try to return the favor with another juke move, and Carter Jr. there on the takedown. They're going to set up 2nd and 6 now. Michigan 10th best record of all time, 44-35 coming into tonight, and obviously this season helped them tremendously with that record. A whole 10 wins added to that record, so you can imagine what it was prior to that, as Deuce Young kicking up a nice first down here with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half, down 21-6 Here's another handoff to Deuce. Deuce following around a couple of blocks, trying to get around, but just wasn't able to get there in time. And Trevor Keegan now, so 2 injuries out on the field, but Trevor's going to stay in this game, just going to do some stretching. You know, he'll be back. The other kid, not so much. I think he's going to be done for the night. 2nd and 8 now on the 38. We got KJ with another pass, wide open across the middle is Talon Ross. Got to keep an eye on this kid. Cover boy, turn me up. Down on the 46. Can the Wolverines gain some momentum here late in the 2nd quarter? (10-3) season on the line. Struggled in the last 4 games. I believe it was they lost their last 3 of 4 games, something like that. It hasn't been good right now for the Wolverines, but another great pass across the middle for Young. And this offense is now starting to cook as they get down at the 29-yard line, setting up a 1st down. Under center is KJ, gonna go back to Deuce, heavy Deuce Young, and he's doing the work. It looks like we might have ourselves an official running back duel, guys, for tonight. Deuce Young trying to answer the call, doing his best Zach Tank impression. Single back setup, backup running back in the game now on the 16. They're looking to go straight to him. He's met head on by Dakota Jones. Sophomore safety getting to the backfield and shutting that down. 2nd and 10 on the 17. Here's Deuce again up the middle. Nice skate move. That boy's getting shifty out there. 38 yards now. His yardage is steadily climbing here with every possession, every down. 3rd and 3 with 10 to go, or 10 on the 10-yard line with 2:20 to go. Here's KJ looking into the end zone. Has his guy. Did he stay in? Oh, they're going to say he didn't get his feet down. He tried the tippy toes, but his shoes might have been too big. Might have been a KD effect. But they might want to challenge that one, and they might have to challenge that because I think he was in. College, you only need 1 foot. I think I've seen at least 1 toe. There it is. There it is. He got it. Shout out to my boy TRP. I got to keep it real. He is in. He's got to be in. That was an incredible catch. When it happened live, I knew it was good. But they tried to KD him in the moment, and it didn't happen. The play is overturned, and it is a touchdown for Michigan. And again, Michigan able to get into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight, and this time they do complete and convert the PAT. Remember, this game's far from over, especially when you're playing a team of this caliber in Michigan. They can very well come back into games. Georgia has got to keep the pressure on a team where their offense has been up and down all season long. You got to worry if we've seen their best shots on offense, and will they become stagnant or get complacent? We'll find out now. But Zach Tank, he might have something to say about it. 95 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half of play. What is this kid on? Under center now, single back setup. You got Muda in motion, and he's going to get the handoff, and he's stopped right away. Just 1 yard on the rush. 2nd and 9. Just a nice response there from Michigan as we approach this 2-minute mark in the Sugar Bowl game. This is the 6th Sugar Bowl game that we've had. Over the top. Oh, that was an athletic move there from Central. Like that looked like it was going to be a catch. This kid just jumped out of nowhere and batted it down. 3rd and 9 now for Adam, trying to keep this drive going. Here he is working out of the gun, got some time in the pocket, plenty time, and he's going deep again, and he has his man, and no. It's underthrown. It's like these guys have got to start letting it out of the cannon quicker than that. Like if your man has a step, just let it fly. I mean, honestly, I'd rather overshoot my guy than to undershoot him. That's just me, myself. If I'm a quarterback out there, I'd rather lead you for you to possibly be able to catch up to it or dive or whatever than to ever underthrow you. Goodness. Because clearly he had some steps on the man. 21-13, however, big time stop from Michigan as they look to double up on that last drive out where they scored as KJ plays it safe and throws it out of bounds here. 2nd and 10 now for Michigan. So this Georgia defense continuing their dominance here as they've been doing all season, especially towards the end of the season. And Mondin Jr., there's the kid again on another sack. 3rd and 15 on the 28. KJ Smith with one more shot at it for a first down. Oh, and this kid, Elijah Carter, is one of the heaviest hitters out there in the DB area, and he is letting them have it. You cannot be too sure when you catch it around this guy because he might just make you cough it up. Goodness gracious, back to Georgia. Down on the 32, and these kids still have time to score. There's still plenty of time here. 1:18 left in the first half. And the way this offense has been gelling, Michigan has got to be careful. Here's Adam. Here's that pressure heating up. He gets rid of it out of bounds. Smart play, 11 for 16, 132 yards and a touchdown. So a pretty solid first half, more than solid first half for Adam Hatake, especially coming off of his last week's performance. Here he is, more time in the pocket, straight up the middle, and he's going to slide just before the first. So nice, patient, poised football being played right now from QB1 over at Georgia. Just needs 2 yards to keep this down going, or this drive going here. He's going to go with the fake. Oh, pressure's coming. He lets it fly. Oh, almost intercepted by Kyrie Sims. He thought he had a man in stride. Was going for St. Clair, but free safety Kyrie steps in and almost able to snatch that away as they punt this one back off to Michigan. And Kyrie Sims, after the deflection, is going to be returning this punt. Not going to get much on it. Down at the 15. And we're going to see if Michigan takes a shot or plays it safe with Deuce Young here with just 34 seconds left in the first half of play. There's KJ looking over to Deuce, and he stopped right away. Just a yard on the play. 14 for 21 on the night for KJ Smith. 141 yards. Both quarterbacks playing around the same pace. Here's KJ again, plenty time in the pocket. Got it over to Tyree Rose-Pierre, and he's down, and that's going to do it for the first half of play, guys. Halftime, hashtag halftime in the chat. Georgia currently leading the Sugar Bowl 21-13 over the Michigan Wolverines. As we bring up the schedule for the rest of the week, guys, we got 2 bangers tomorrow, guys. I mean, you guys need to come out. Both games 4 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. I'm talking thrillers. Texas, Clemson, Utah, OSU. Oh, man. We got to get a big crowd out for those 2 games, and it's going to be a showdown. Let me know in the chat who you guys have in that Texas-Clemson game and who you guys have in that Utah-OSU game. Will OSU finally be taken down? I mean, this Utah's team has shown us defensively they're pretty good, but I'm not too sure. But we do have the playoffs coming up tomorrow, guys, so stay tuned because the college football playoffs officially get started. Who do you guys have in the playoffs? Who do you guys have winning it all? And then, of course, guys, we got those 2 bowl games coming at you with Bama, Oregon, and Florida State and Oklahoma. So don't miss those, but definitely want to come in and catch the playoffs kicking off tomorrow, guys. Maddie's going Texas, Ohio State in the chip. Let's get those 3s in the chat, guys. Michigan starting this one off. A much-needed situation here for the Wolverines, coming in down 21-13. They're going to get a chance to take the ball downfield first here. 2nd and 8, just 2 yards on the play as Mondin Jr. making every play necessary for this defense right now. Here's KJ again, going to go with Deuce Young. Couldn't get the block he needed from number 77 there, and he's taken down. It's been a tough night. Had a moment there, but Georgia's figuring it out. On the 24, KJ is going to have to keep this drive going with his arm. Here he is with the pass outside. It's going to be caught, but not enough. As Dylan Williams going to be short. And Michigan going to have to get this one back over to Georgia. Threes in the chat. Let's get this thing going. Maddie King coming off a 200-plus rushing performance earlier today in the Tennessee win. So big ups to the freshman running back. Pecan in the building. Perk, what's going on, fellas? And of course, we got our good old insider there, Chosen, as well. Zach Tank with another nice run, and he's up to 103 yards, guys, on the night, all ready to kick this half off. Oh my goodness, Zach Tank, what is this kid into? He is on a mission. One of the more active players on that Georgia roster, and he definitely said he wanted to show up tonight in this ball game. After last week's performance, here's Muda on one of their plays they love. Oh, he's tripped up in a spin. And that was an interesting sweep call. But Muda fighting for every yard on that play. Almost had it. At this point, I don't know which freshman running back has been more impressive today, Zach Tank or Maddie King. As Zach, another first down. Look at the ball carry vision. Look at how he's cutting and following his blocks. Another first down for Tank. It is officially Zach attack time as they continue to feed him. And again, another spin move. This kid is going to gain yards regardless. Nobody can stop him. My goodness. Handoff again to Zach, and he's taken down just before the first. Looking at a 3rd and 1. And this kid is running that football right now. He's toting the rock. Here they are, Adam, quick pass and beautifully done. St. Clair, nice. I noticed there's some nice play calling going on here for Georgia tonight. Really nice play calling. I gotta point that out. If I point out the bad play calling, I gotta point out the good play calling. So definitely some solid play calling here I see from Georgia tonight. Here's the handoff, and Zach again up the middle for another 5 yards. Zach Tank going into this game, he's 195 yards to break Cameron Perkins' single season rushing record. So this freshman here is on his way to possibly passing the all-time single season rushing record set by a former Georgia Bulldog. This is going to be interesting because it's funny. Maybe it's just fate, because in a game like this, as St. Clair with a big-time catch, who's also having an amazing game as well, you got to tip your hat off to Isaiah St. Clair, holding it down in the air game with 4 receptions and 75 yards. But on a night like this where a record could be broken, it's crazy that he's actually going for it, right? Like, even if he doesn't get it, like, you can tell that the Madden character himself is like, you know how they say, oh, he knows. He knows. He knows. Because there's no way he comes out here and goes for 140 in the 3rd here. Like, it's insane. You must know. And just 16 rushes. Can you pull up how many rushes Big Perk had in that game? Can I know? I need to know. I need to know how many rushes, because in just such little touches, look at the yards and look at that pass. Oh, he almost was able to get it there. That was a nice attempt. But Michigan's defense was very strong on this play. And quite frankly, that whole drive down in the red zone, which is going to force Georgia to kick it for 3 here. At this point, the Bulldogs just want to keep the pace nice and competitive, consistent, and getting points on the board. And they're doing just that. They're making sure that they come away with something when they get down that field. Apollo Stone has 1,716, and he needs 198 yards. So Apollo Stone, another freshman back, could also get that same single season rushing record. So 2 guys are gunning for that spot right now from Perkins. that's been held since I'd assume CS2 when they won the championship. Is that back when that record was set? If you guys could correct me in the chat there. The pass is going to be broken up here. Down on the 20 for Michigan. 2nd and 10 now for KJ Smith as they look to get something going. Here's the handoff to Young. Young with a nice run down at the 26. Looking at a 3rd and 4 now. 24 strong in the chat. Appreciate you guys for coming out. Make sure you hit that like button or that subscribe if you're new. We are officially at the Sugar Bowl here with just under 5 to go in the 3rd. And a big-time pass to Talon Ross. Big play here for Ross as Georgia going to get an injury on the field. And now Georgia has a player headed to the locker room. So that's 2 players down to 1 in this ball game. They know this is the last game for both teams. They're going to leave it all out on the field. We'll handle everything in the offseason. Here's Deuce. Cutting up the middle, a nice run. Oh, just a nice run. 53 yards now for Young as he's going to get around the same amount as he had last week now. So he's looking to surpass his performance from last week. 2nd and 2 now. That clock is steady rolling. And they're going to go with the fake and a pass. Just a nice play. Again, Talon Ross. Cover boy is doing his job tonight. 4 receptions, 63 yards. It's looking like a duel between he and Sinclair. Let's keep an eye out on which receiver ends up with the higher amount of yards in this ball game here between Isaiah Sinclair and Talon Ross. I have just officially put my radar up for those 2 receivers. Michigan trying to figure this ball game out here. 1st and 5 on the 26, trying to make their way down here for a touchdown. That could very well get them back into this game. And here's a nice pass to Zeke Moore. And they have the quarterback to get that done. He's quick on the trigger here. And he's very smart with the football. High IQ quarterback. And KJ Smith here down on the 18 as Michigan threatening to score 6 here against this Georgia defense. A handoff to Deuce Young. He's been carrying his load here on this drive. And another nice carry for him for 5 yards as he gets it down on the 12. 2nd and 5 now. We're just approaching that 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Another handoff. Oh, a fake, and KJ's taking it himself. He's going to get the first, and he's taken down at the 7. And those are the big-time plays that KJ Smith can make that has him on that Mackey list. Those are the standout plays right there. Just under 2 minutes to go. Michigan trying to put some points on the board here before the 4th quarter. He's going to get it out. Oh, and he's dropping it. 2 of the heavy-hitting DB cores, man. Dakota Jones and Elijah Carter. 2 of the best to do it right now in the nation. They will make you drop that football. Here's KJ again. 2nd and goal. Dropping back. Pressure coming. Letting it fly. End zone. Broken up by Elijah Carter. It is a 1v1 right now between 2 of our favorite users going at it right now. Talon Ross and Elijah Carter Jr. It is a battle. Here's KJ. One more shot at it. He's working. Stepping in. Oh, he misses his man. I don't know if Zeke was wide open there. It was a bad ball or if he could have got to that, but he might have had a step on Jones. Could have been a touchdown there. But Michigan going to have to settle for 3 here and put some points on the board, and they do just that. 24-16 ball game right now, as Georgia currently in the lead with 1:33 left in the 3rd quarter, trying to capture their 2nd Sugar Bowl victory all time. Here's Elijah trying to cut up, and he's taken down at the 23. That's crazy, Pete Com. So he's saying 5 running backs in CS7 are already top 10. Tank, Stone, Bo, Sanders, Deuce Young, and John Smith of the most rushing yards in a single season. Yeah, this is the year of the RB for sure. And it's funny because that's what PFL, we brought a lot of that in the PFL. The running backs was definitely a specialty. So big ups to those guys with Bo, Deuce, and John being guys from the PFL, and Zach coming in new as a freshman, and Apollo. So big ups to those guys for stamping your names here and really putting on a stellar season. 1st and 10 now, Georgia. With about 2 more plays left in the book for this half. As Zach goes down at the 36. Looks like they're just going to run that one out. I said in the half. I meant in the quarter. That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter, guys. Let's get those 4s in the chat. Big 4s. Big 4s. This is it for the Sugar Bowl. 2 of the league's best teams. Top 10 action here. We got a 9-4 team versus a 10-3 team. Both teams coming off a conference title loss. This is the get back. Both teams 1-1 all time against each other. This is the get back with Michigan having the last laugh in CS4. This is a crucial game to end the season on for both of these teams. 24-16, Adam Hatchake, pressure coming, he's hit. Oh, but he got it off. Wow, he got it to Gabe Betts. What a catch. What a pass under pressure. Whoa, Adam. What a pass. It keeps both histories. PFL history is written down in the Discord. And this kid is looking to add on to the history. I mean, it was only a 2-yard gain, but what a game was it? It was, like, goodness gracious. But yes, college series keeps the PFL history and CS6 history. The mod history is what we'll just call it. It'll be known as the mod seasons, because we are now going to be headed into the official college football era, and I am stoked to go into this with you guys. I am excited. Here's Adam trying to keep the drive going, has a wide open man, and it is going to be Gabe Betts again. Place your bets on him, because this kid is making it work right now for the offense. 3 straight receptions for 26 yards. And he's cooking right now. Zach Tank as well, still trying to go for that rushing record, as he's going to go for the fake. Hatake, pressure coming, lets it go. Oh, no good, incomplete pass, but a solid night still. 17 for 25, and he's approaching that 200-yard mark. How many yards away is Zach Tank? Let's keep that yard meter up on the screen. I wish I had a meter that I could actually put up there. We're going to have to start. I'm going to start getting a little fancy with the graphics on screen as the seasons go. But here we go, 3rd and 8 in field goal range. Setting up, here's Adam looking over the top. A beauty to Muda, man. Both receivers from Georgia putting in work tonight. All the users putting in work. Stack with a few catches. Muda with some big-time catches, that being the biggest. Sinclair's been having a night. It has been insane. All the users, and of course Zach Tank and Adam Hatake. Big-time catch. Here's the handoff to Zach, and you got to think he's got to pass this record. I mean, with the lead they have, they're going to go with Zach Tank on a lot of these downs. You could imagine, right? 2nd and 2. How many yards away is Zach Tank from the record? Just under 10 minutes to go. Adam outside has a man. Betts. He Betts to the end zone. Touchdown. And the kid took over the whole drive, and he closed it out with a touchdown. Gabriel Betts, generic receiver here, getting on the board and having himself a drive. He and Adam linking up, and you got to say it's a night and day ball game for Adam Hatake. If you compare from last week to this week, this is a new day for this kid, and he's been doing that quite often this season, especially down the stretch of the season with all the wins they've had. I think they were on about a 6 or 7 game win streak before they lost that title game to Bama, but I mean, Adam has been having those games. He's been having games like that. That Bama game was his worst game in like 6 weeks. So credit to this kid for sticking through the fire, and now he's got his team up 30-16 here with just under 10 minutes to go in the Sugar Bowl against a Michigan team who held down the number 2 spot in the nation for quite some time. That miss, it's a miss for a miss. So now Michigan and Georgia have missed 1 PAT apiece. Here's KJ with a nice pass. One of the best in the game, if not the best in the game, off the run with the pass. He is incredible when he gets moving. 4 receptions, 57 yards for Zeke Moore. as Michigan's got their work cut out. We're going to see a lot of KJ Smith here for the remainder of this game with them being down the way they are. They're going to need him to let it fly as Deuce Young getting out of bounds after 2 yards on the play on the 40. Shotgun action, KJ, time in the pocket. He's going to take a shot downfield, and he has Talon Ross. Who other than T. Ross? The cover boy is showing why he deserves the cover. 104 yards on the night. This is now 3 straight games with 100+ yards for Talon Ross. I mean, he might be probably my favorite receiver over the last few weeks. There's nobody doing it like this kid. That's got to be 3 straight weeks with 100 or more yards from this kid, Talon Ross. He is cutting it up out there on the field. Goodness gracious. And he's giving Elijah Carter the time of his life right now. Both of these guys are playing well, though, but, man, Talon is something else. Deuce with another run and a break tackle, broken tackle. And speaking of Carter, coming down, making a play to take down Deuce Young. Setting up on the 12 now is going to be KJ Smith, 3rd and 2. Pressure's coming. Oh, nice block to set up a beauty. Nice catch again. You guessed it, Talon Ross. Man, oh man, I'm going to pull up this kid's last 3 games just so I could look at it here because he's been amazing. Here's the handoff to Deuce to close out the drive. Oh, he stopped. Elijah Carter going to get in there. I'm telling you, he's like running into a brick. Elijah Carter is like getting hit with a brick when this kid comes down to make a play. Stopped right in your tracks. Deuce again, and they're going to get it this time. Touchdown, and that's going to make things interesting here as we come up on the end of this game. This is an interesting 4th quarter coming up for you. Sugar Bowl at its finest. CS6 Sugar Bowl in full effect mode. 2 of the best in the game right now. 2 of the best in the game. Michigan and Georgia going at it, trying to cut it to a 1-score game with this PAT. They'll be down 7. And it is good. It is officially a 1-possession ball game. Of course, if Michigan can get a stop and put 7 more on the board. But right now, UGA is going to come out and try to put the icing on the cake, the nail in the coffin in this ball game. And they can do that with a score. They can very well do that here with a score. Let me know in the chat. Do you have a hot Georgia right now rolling on offense? Do you have them taking it downfield? Or do you have Michigan getting the stop and giving us the dramatic finish? Here's the handoff to Tank. You got to think Jack's going to be running out that clock. Look at the blocking. St. Clair, look at the blocking. Both of these freshman user receivers, they learning how to play the right way. They're going to be pros because I've seen 2 great blocks now on both sides of the field from these 2 guys. They are going to be pros. Zach Tank needs 40 more yards to break Cameron Perkins' record in CS2. 29 more yards. There's another juke. More blocking, more yards. 172 on the night, 2 touchdowns. Zach going for another 200-yard game. You know this is what he does. I don't know how many. I got to count it up for the record. But he does have at least 1 200-yard game in his bag that I can remember. Here's a pass. Oh, and Mudaman could not hold on, and that's going to be crucial. That is going to be crucial because now Adam is forced to pick up 9 yards to keep this drive going. It's going to be a clutch play here. He has a wide open Trustin Stack, and again, all the users of Georgia stepping up tonight. Who did not do their job? Why is he open? Oh, look at the cutback on Kyrie Sims. Yikes. The biggest play of the night maybe right there. Keeping the drive alive on the 3rd and 9. Adam Hatake is in his bag. He is in his bag. 1st and 5. Georgia coming up the field. Here's a pass coming again, dropping it off to Zach. And it's just 1 yard on the play here. 2nd and 9 for Georgia. Trying to get past midfield. If they can get at least a field goal, they can probably put this game away because, of course, that'll be a 2-possession game as Zach Tank still shy of the record here. He's trying to get it, but he is still shy of that record. So Cameron Perkins' record is safe right now. Here's Adam again under pressure. Oh, he's got stats. Georgia, and that just might have closed the door. Shut. He just shut the door, slammed it shut. Every user, I'll say it again, stepping up. Now you're getting a dose of the tight end trust and stack in his bag. Adam Hatake putting on one of his best performances of the season in the biggest game of the season for him right now in the Sugar Bowl. After falling in the title game, he said, let me bounce back in the bowl game. And he's delivering for the Bulldogs tonight, going up 37-23. As these guys are definitely trying to get Michigan up out of here. Oh my goodness, a flag on the play as well. And we got a face mask, so Michigan going to get the ball here with some nice field position. How many yards is Zach Tank away from the record? I still want to keep an eye on that. Georgia might run the ball a couple more times, or they may decide to kneel it out depending on how much time is left on the clock when they get the ball back, but not a lot left. Just 2:52 here. KJ's got to work fast. He's going to be looking. Time in the pocket. Got it to Talon Ross again, his money man. 2nd and 4 now. No huddle offense. They're going to be taking that 2-minute warning. They're not going to waste their timeouts here. Got a guy in motion. Shotgun action for KJ. Taking a lot of time off to snap. Here's KJ again. Going to get it over to Deuce Young. Plenty of room to run. And he's down at the 45. That clock is moving. Zach Tank 23 yards away from the record. And he might not get it due to the timing, due to the clock here, but we're gonna stay tuned and see if Georgia decides to run it 1 or 2 more times. 23 yards can be tough. 1st and 10 now on the 45. Shotgun action now. Here's KJ looking himself to take it, and he's taken down at the 46. Clock still running. No timeouts taken. Michigan 2nd and 11. Here's the snap. Here's KJ. Looking for the pass, got his man, Dylan Williams, caught it down at the 26. Still no timeouts, they're going with the no huddle, trying to save those bad boys for as long as they can. Here's KJ again. He's looking, pressure's coming, dumps it off to TRP, taken down at the 19-yard line, and just under a minute to go. Michigan trying to come downfield. Here they are with the pass outside to Deuce. Elijah gets him down at the 15, and there's the timeout for Michigan with 46 seconds to go. KJ Smith working downfield. Here he is again. Low snap, quick pass, got his man. And he's down at the 11, and those seconds are going down. 2nd and 7 now, and the spike has been made. On a 3rd and 7, set up on the 11-yard line, and Georgia looks like they're going to be getting their 2nd Sugar Bowl victory in the last 3 seasons. Here's Smith looking, going to roll out and get rid of it out of bounds. 4th and 7 now for Michigan, as of course they're going to go for it here with the game being on the line and already down too much. Might as well try to get one last score. Here's KJ looking, going to the end zone. Talon Ross, touchdown. Cherry on top for T. Ross's night. 3 straight nights with over 100 yards catching and a touchdown. Incredible performance to end his year at Michigan. Just his first season at Michigan. Remember, he had 5 receptions, 119 yards, and a touchdown against Ohio State. Then he came back against Ohio State again, 8 receptions, 135 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns in that game. And then now he's coming back again against Georgia now with over 100 yards and a touchdown. So this kid has been cooking over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games. He's almost put together a full season of yards on some of these receivers. As Bett's going to return the onside here at 14 seconds to go. Yeah, I remember. I remember we got that Sugar Bowl, that pass from your boy Zeke Pruitt himself. That's why the Sugar Bowl is near and dear to my heart, because this is now our 2nd Sugar Bowl victory. As you know, CS4 quarterback, yours truly. So big ups to Georgia, big ups to Adam, taking the reins and bringing that Sugar Bowl where it belongs. Georgia with the victory over Michigan. Michigan now losing 4 games out of their last 5 games of the CS6 season, and that's pretty tough. 37-30 loss here for the Wolverines. 3 straight losses now, 2 to Ohio State, 1 to Georgia. And that is going to do it as we get prepared for the college football playoffs tomorrow, guys. Make sure you tune in, because we have 2 of the best games of the year set up for you guys. Texas, Clemson to kick things off at 4 p.m. Eastern, followed by Utah, Ohio State at 8 p.m. for a chance to go to the national championship game. You guys make sure you tune in. It's your boy Zeke. Y'all have a great night. Stay safe. Maybe turn up a little bit. I'm out. Peace.